What up, Dokkanners? We received in-game notifications for the upcoming content, and it looks like it's going to be for part 1 because we got the Tamagamis in here. So let's go ahead and review this stuff, and then we'll talk about the time when it is likely going to be dropping, all that good stuff. A certain event will be temporarily unavailable starting from the specified date due to preparations for the new content. February 8th, 12 a.m. PST. So that's already happened. So if you were trying to access this event, you cannot, I think. Also, let me pull up the part 1 campaign details. All right, so yeah, we'll be taking a look at this. Also, I'm very sleepy. Been all up all night taking care of the baby. So haven't had much sleep, and the Super Bowl is later, so I guess that's over. Not that it matters. I hate both teams anyway. All right, so let's take a look at this. New stage for the Invincible Guardians Tamagami. Yeah, okay. The Tamagamis are going to be able to be Dokkan Awakened on stage 4. They mentioned in the broadcast that this was basically going to be like a culmination of all 3 fights where you have to fight them all in consecutive fashion, which makes sense. So that's cool. But the main thing is to get those units to their Dokkan Awakenings, their TURs. They will be able to use the new mechanic, the EX Super Attack. This is what we are getting as representatives for the new mechanic in part 1. I don't think we're going to be seeing any... Wow. I was actually expecting a few more things. I was going to say, I am not expecting the free-to-play LR with the new mechanic to be revealed here. Instead, it will be revealed during part 2, similar to GDC. And what this tells me, again, I mentioned this before, is it kind of feels like we're shifting what is to be expected when it comes to the flagship celebrations. The flagship celebrations are the ones that happen every 6 months, which is Anniversary, TDC. It used to be that Anniversary would be a 3-part thing plus extra with an EX occasionally, and then Worldwide would just be a part 1, part 2, I think. They don't get a part 3, do they? Yeah, I don't think so. But since GDC kind of became a rebrand of Worldwide Download and the 10th anniversary has been a thing, I suppose we have now reached a new level where they have the liberty to change things up on a dime. Also, it is worth mentioning once again that the Sacred Timeline is in flux because we do have a Dragon Ball Super remake coming up, or remaster, whatever you want to call it, reimagining. With that coming up, I honestly strongly feel that the reason why they are going to be making this a 2-parter for the 11th anniversary is solely because of that. They want to try to shift things around and set it up so that we can have a pretty awesome marathon where we're getting concurrent celebrations alongside Dragon Ball Super Beerus, Dragon Ball Super Frieza, so on and so forth. And by the way, someone made a good point in the previous video talking about the fact that it's GT and Super for this. Because if you really think about it, assuming this is under the assumption that we are going to be going through in a very linear fashion, celebrating, like the remakes of Dragon Ball Super, the next point that, sorry, not Tournament of Power, but GT and Daima being part of the 11th anniversary, it's more so because probably we're going to be fixating so much on Dragon Ball Super that we might not be getting much else, which also means RIP Z. But that's just an interesting train of thought to consider, considering, the timing and all that. We are 8 years out from Dragon Ball. Getting it back, I don't think we're going to go back and revisit Z. But anyway, this is a 2-parter. Some people are still thrown off by that because, yeah, we've had 10 years of precedent, but that is changing. I don't know what the point of this was. But anyway, yeah, part 1 will have the TURs, part 2 will have the free-to-play LR. Just like GDC, we had the Rose clones, and then we had LR Nova Shenron. Next up, we have Clash Between Rivals. EX orbs are going to be available for Goku's family or Vegeta's family. This is also a new subtle change that they are doing in light of the Whis event changes that they made, where the drop rates are abysmal, but the payoff is pretty spectacular if you get some of those good equips. What they're also doing is they're going to be pushing the EX orbs with more variety in the categories. As of right now, there are only a set number of events that give you access to certain EX skill orbs for certain categories. Example, 10th anniversary, it was Earth Protecting Heroes and Successors, the 2 new categories for the new Dokkan festivals. But because of this new direction, I guess they are now going to be taking pre-existing limited events, and whenever they come back on celebrations that pertain to those categories or conceivable categories, they'll change it. For example, this guy changed from Earth Protecting Heroes to Goku's family. This guy changed from Successors to Vegeta's family. Makes sense. If we go to like the Gloria one will come back, let's just say in 3 years. We get Super Saiyan 3 mini Daima Goku, and he leads Dragon Ball Seekers. All of a sudden, this guy comes back, and this is no longer an EX orb event for demonic power, but it's Dragon Ball Seekers. So on and so forth. So whatever other events that would fit that role, that's what they would change on top of just bringing in new stuff. What else is in here? Wasn't there like a Broly thing that gave you some EX Eclipse? There was a Power of Wishes one from Pilaf. Where did all these go? Oh, maybe I'm just too sleepy and I can't find it, but I feel like those should be here. This one actually, no, this one's Movie Heroes, right? Oh no, yeah, I don't know where it is, but forget it. Okay, so then we got Burst Mode, and I'm not gonna lie, this is kind of bumming me out here. But anyway, Burst Mode, a unique title will be available as a mission reward aimed to reach the new high scores. Stay tuned for upcoming content. What is it for? Good preparations. The following event will be temporarily available starting from the following date, the 8th. And it's for the Invincible Guardian. So it's a Burst Mode for the event that is just getting an update. Okay. So on top of trying to get the Tamagamis, you'll also have that challenge, which I suppose is fun. I don't think a lot of people care too much about Burst Mode, similar to Peton, but it is what it is. So yeah, first farm these out. Once you get them farmed out, I have a feeling they're probably going to be very useful for the Burst Mode, considering they're free to play, so their team costs are going to be low. They're going to have an EX super attack. So imagine having low team budget with potentially high returns with those EX attacks. Don't forget, besides these three, there's also the login Goku. There's also the free-to-play 11th anniversary or 10th anniversary unit that received a Dokkan Awakening. He also has an EX super attack. What does the EX super attack do? That gives us a what? Greatly raises attack for this one. Greatly raises attack for 11 turns, causes ultimate damage, raises allies attack and defense by 11% for 3 turns. So yeah, he can cook for you too. Okay, and that's it. You know how many stones that is? That would be, what is this? This gives us 1 stone. Oh my god, it's actually 1 stone. Are you serious? You're joking. All right, so what does that mean if we go back here? That's 1 stone. Burst Mode is 9, so 10 plus this. I would imagine this would be 2 stones for clearing it, and then maybe like 3 stones, 5 stones. So it'd be 5 stones. So 5 stones plus 10, 15 stones. A whopping 15 stones coming up in the remainder of the Part 1 anniversary, Part 1 11th anniversary content. Now, I gotta be honest, this bums me out because I was really hoping that we would round out the Daima portion of this celebration on a better note. If we look at the 11th anniversary Part 1, you can see where people sort of have an issue with how much there is. I'm not talking about the characters. I want that to be very, very clear. I am not speaking out against the characters. I am very happy with the 2 characters and how they work. Minus, you know, for some reason, I am getting shafted beyond belief when it comes to the 77% chance for that crit, whatever. But besides that, it doesn't feel like an anniversary in terms of the volume of content to start. Now, I could have revisionist memory. I do have pretty bad memory skills. I have the brain capacity of a gerbil. So maybe I'm off, but it just doesn't feel like it because this event, while it is interesting and unique, it is a 1 event, 1 turn sort of thing. Not 1 turn, but it's a very limited event that has a very quick resolution with no follow-up. You know, there are a couple of missions. Maybe it's just because I was able to get through it quickly, but I wasn't using the newest teams to do it, and I was still struggling with the RNG. But I mean, this just gave only a certain amount of enjoyment. Of course, EZAs, super EZAs always give enjoyment because the promise of better characters and getting free stones while testing it is pretty good. Plus, these 2 guys are among the best units in the game, especially this guy. He's got to be like top 6, top 5. Then we got the EX missions. This is kind of like just doing extra stuff on things that already exist. I feel like for anniversaries, it should be more so about bringing in new events. Even if they're gimmicky and simple, that I think would add to the experience and make it feel more robust. For example, this was actually a pretty cutting edge event when it first came out, but it comes back here during the 11th anniversary as a simple like multiplied by 2 sort of thing with a couple of like ability changes, sure. But then after that, we have 1 stage on Daima. We have the new characters. I mean, what else was there? It was the missions for the tickets, the rainbow tickets, the Dokkan Awakening support medal campaign. You know what, actually? Because they've added all Dokkan events, this one and the red zone, blue zone, I don't want to sound cynical here. I'm just kind of thinking out loud. I was a little nervous when they did this back during the countdown if this was going to sort of serve as a replacement for content. When it comes to stones, it certainly does provide a decent amount of stones. There's no denying that. But in terms of content, new players will obviously have a great time, but veteran Dokkanners who have already been around the block with all this stuff might not feel the enjoyment as much. And I gotta say, as someone who already did these events, no new units, all the missions and all that stuff back before, revisiting them has sort of felt more like a chore than an actual experience, like an enjoyable experience. I don't want to say I hated it. I'm just saying, like, knowing that, oh, today I'm going to be spending 2 hours clearing the next 10 stages doing all the missions. It doesn't feel the same for me. And I think that's just because I've already done these. Like, you know, been there, done that. And then, yeah, we're kind of back in countdown stuff. Yeah, this just, it feels strange. The most engaging content in terms of not being able to achieve a goal would be the Whist event, which is just so moronic to say. Although these events were cool. Special battle is always cool. There are only 2 stages though, so that feels very short, like limited. I feel like this event has the most potential. A boss fight randomizer actually has some nice potential, and I certainly hope we get more of this. But besides the 2 stages for that, the 1 stage for this, the 1 stage for that, you do have the daily, oh yeah, these like secret treasure chest stone things. I still haven't done that. I will do a video for that. I still have not redeemed that. So yeah, I was just kind of hoping for a little bit more, and I'm not gonna lie, this is kind of a letdown for me. But let me know what you guys think, because this wraps up part 1. Now, in terms of the dates, let's go ahead and check out some dates. I don't know if you guys remember, a couple days ago I did a video talking about things that we were expecting coming up. So Rick shared with us the time that the banner will be going away on the home screen. That's what this means. So February 7th, 2359 pans out to reset on February 7th for global. So since we're already past this point, what that means is that this is gone. And I guess they're not going to bring it back because the cover art for the new event doesn't seem to be any different. So I guess if anything, they'll probably just like change some marginal things. Then we got the new, right. It's the new quest, or not the new quest, but like the new celebration. And then we got, it's possible that when the ban, oh wait, content draft should be exactly in 23 hours. This was done at 1 a.m. February 8th. It's possible that when the banners get updated, we'll know exactly when part 2 is. So I'll try to post the updated times as soon as I can tomorrow. Fear not, citizen, because my boy Proton gave me the Unix epoch time signature for that specific page. And it tells us that Sunday, February 8th at 10 p.m. is when things are going to start picking up. So if I were to guess, I would say that February 8th will be... You want to know how hard the sleepiness is hitting? I forgot what I was going to say mid-sentence. I had to pause the video to figure it out, and I forgot. So let me reset my train of thought here. So the Unix epoch time signature for that page comes out to Sunday, February 8th, 10 p.m. So later on tonight, we will be getting a data download for all of the stuff coming up for the remainder of part 1. We will know the typing, not the typings, we already know the typings. We will know what the overall abilities are for the Tamagamis, and then, and only then, will I make that video on how to build the characters and showcase them at max links. You guys have been asking for it. I haven't done those videos yet because of the TURs that were imminent. I just didn't want to make a video for them at their SSR level and then confuse you guys with changing it up at the TUR, because most people probably wouldn't want to keep the character at the SSR anyway. And then, oh, that is everything. Yes, that about covers it. I'm gonna go to bed. I'm gonna go to bed. I'm gonna wake up. I'm gonna watch some commercials. I'm gonna look for some Marvel movie trailers. Oh my God. Is there gonna be a Doomsday Super Bowl spot? Please don't there. Okay, I'm gonna stop talking because I'm gonna go to bed. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to like down below. Leave in the comments your thoughts on everything that is coming up for part 1. Were you expecting more like I was when it comes to the remainder of part 1? Or is this what you sort of thought was gonna happen? Tamagami TURs, will they be good? Will they not be good? What is your prediction? If you had to choose which of the 3 will be the best, then the middle, and then the worst, let me know your predictions. I'm gonna go ahead and say Tamagami 3 is going to be the best one. Tamagami 2 is going to be the worst one. Those are my predictions. So let me know your thoughts overall. And did I say anything nonsensical in this video? Do share in the comments down below. Also, be sure to subscribe for more Dokkan content in the future and click the notification bell so that you let YouTube know you want to see more of it. Whew. My mouth is tired. Everything is tired. Thank you so much for watching. Stay tuned and good night responsibly.